Hey everybody, welcome to another Zwift race analysis video. This is the first Zwift race analysis video in a bit because I've been focusing a lot on running and getting those Zwift Racing League videos out, and I've been really trying to put a lot of effort into the Zwift Racing League ones. There have also been quite a few announcements that have been kind of taking my time from these videos, but this race is a couple weeks old, but I'm just posting it now because I didn't get the chance to do a commentary of it and race analysis. I also have not been racing much, so there aren't many recent races that I have that I can post. So this is the third race of the Zwift Insider Tiny Race series. I've already posted the first two, so you can view those up there. I have the little info cards up there, and I wasn't planning to do this race initially, but I decided to because they're aero boosts. I love aero boosts, and that kind of gave me a shot at the finishing sprint if I did not ruin the timing, but my legs, like pretty much everyone else's, were already dead by the time I started this race, so I knew that this wasn't going to be my best result, but I was still going to try and see what I could do in this race. But coming up here, you're going to see some big separation, and I'm going to talk a lot about why that happened and what I could have done to prevent that. Right here, if you take a look at the mini map, you can see that there's one rider that's currently going off the front right now, and their attack is pretty much going to blow up the entire race for the next half mile or so. And you can see that there's already a small group forming at the front. I'm starting to get caught at the back, but I didn't actually realize that at the moment, and I thought I was still in a pretty good position, but right here I started to realize that the group was starting to come apart, and when I saw that there were riders off the front, I tried to surge here and catch back up to the main group, but it was now one long string of riders. It was a very snake-like group, and once we hit these rollers, I knew that my chance of catching back up was pretty slim. I thought this was the end of the race, and I thought that I wouldn't be holding on any longer, so I eased off a little bit, but then right here I thought that I could, if I really put in the effort, I could definitely catch back up. So I put in a huge surge right now, and that kind of caught me up, but not quite. And right here you see I surge again, but not as much as the previous surge, and my plan was to surge right before the main climb thing on this course, which is the climb up to the part that leads into the sprint, which is a descent after that, so I definitely need to catch up before that. But right here, another small surge. I let these three riders catch up, and then I put in my big surge to lock onto their wheels, and then right here you're going to see that I'm going to surge a ton to really use this slight incline to pass the other riders and move up in the group. So right here you can see bringing the watts up to around 7 watts per kilo, 6 watts per kilo, and right now I'm just flying up this climb, and since I had more momentum than the rest of the group, I caught up pretty quickly, and I was able to get back into that main group and make sure that I still had a shot at the finishing sprint on this race. From here on out, not much actually happens during this race, and it was pretty chill until the finishing sprint, so I'm going to fast forward a bit to make this video a bit more interesting so that we really just focus on the key points of this video. So right here you can see that I'm just going through the sprint. I'm pretty much chilling, but I do a small surge because I started to drop back a little bit, but I end up getting a aero power up because air boosts are the only power ups, so that's good. And one regret that I had was using that aero boost earlier on in that race. I should have used it when I started to get dropped the other time rather than using it on that short ramp incline, because I probably could have stuck with the group on that incline pretty easily. But not much happens in this part, so I'm going to skip through it real quick, and we'll be back with the main part of the race, which is the finish, and that's where I have the most regrets and tips for myself. So right here, less than a mile to go, I'm starting to move up in the group to try to get a better positioning, but I slowly drift back, but I quickly get back towards the middle of the group because I know that it's going to be important to stay close to the front of the group when that short incline hits, because when that hits, there are going to be plenty of riders who do start their sprint then and there. I was wanting to save my sprint until later on, but I ended up having to use most of my energy on this short incline. So you're going to see that right here, once the climb starts, quite a few riders deploy their aero boost, which is not a very good decision in my opinion, because the best place to use it is once you get around maybe 900 feet from the finish. But you can see that right here I put a pretty big surge to try to stay with that front group, and this is where my biggest regret is. I turned my aero boost on right here, but I really didn't need it because riders started easing off at this point in the race, and there was still 0.3 miles left, and there's no chance of me going long in this finish. So I really should have waited to use my aero boost until around 2 seconds from now, and I also should have stayed back with that main group because that is where most of the sprinters who passed me came from. Because you can see here, Anna Russell, she was originally in that little main pack that we saw earlier, and she's going to just come flying right by right now. And she ends up passing quite a few riders on the line because they all started their sprint too early and ended up with the same issue as me. I finished in 17th, so not a great result, but I did learn a few lessons from this race, and next time I do this course, I will do much better, I think. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope to have some more content coming out soon, and hit that subscribe and like button. See you all next time. Ride on.